What's up everybody, Patrick from WP Builder Helper, and in today's video we're jumping right in straight away. So I found this kind of gem of a page builder, I guess you could call it, but it's not a page builder, it's like a website builder, and it's completely standalone. It uses Bootstrap, so I guess you could basically say it's similar to Live Canvas except without the WordPress bloat or anything like that. So this is interesting. It's called Bootstrap Studio. I found it and I asked the company, I said, hey, can you give me a trial of a license and let me take a look at it, because I'm really interested in the back end and everything that's going on with it. And I was kind of blown away. It'll even let you run like a browser demo. It's probably, in terms of like website builders and stuff like that, it's not going to be something that everyone would take and fall in love with. Obviously, your people who are WordPress fanatics are going to take and be WordPress fanatics till the end. However, this is a pretty impressive little builder, I guess you could say, because it's the way that it does things is very, very clean. And there's a lot I like about it. So we're going to jump right into it, and I'm going to go over this with you and just kind of show you what I like about it, what I think is really, really cool. And then we'll talk more about, what I think that they could improve on and why I think that this is so unique compared to some of the other builders that are out there. But let's jump right in. So I'm just going to load a page. I loaded this page, and when you get in, my face is probably blocking a lot of this, so I'm going to bring me down to like the bottom right hand corner. But in this, you'll see that you get a lot of the same overview things that you would get inside of any other type of builder. So you've got the different sizes, so you can see different size of whatever you're trying to build for. And obviously it goes by Bootstrap sizes because that's the way that Bootstrap works. It's kind of like a framework that you would use. It's got an appearance tab and an options tab where you can kind of go through and you can customize things like your padding, your margin, that kind of stuff. It's got your options tab, which has things like alignment, your color, transformations, font size. I mean, just basically everything that you can possibly think of. It's got a pretty cool little animations thing that you can do where you can have animations with different things. So if you wanted scroll animations, I mean, it gives you the ability to customize your animations like you would like, similar to kind of how you would do with Elementor or anything like that. And then over here on this side, you've got a lot of different things. You've got a lot of pre-made templates that you can kind of build. Now, right now, I'm using one of their new design templates, and that's ultimately one of the downfalls that I found right off the bat. But I'm going to tell you, they could improve this really, really easy. There's not a lot of templates available. This does not have a gigantic library of templates. It just has a few, and you're limited to kind of just those, which kind of sucks a little bit. You would like to see more templates, but on the plus side, building this out is not very hard, especially if you're someone that's familiar with Bootstrap. This is really, really nice the way that they kind of built it. It works similar to every other page builder. So if you click something, you can see here, it'll tell you the exact HTML tag and CSS that you're going through to get to it. So you can go through and click. So if I wanted to get to the div, I can see this is the div, that's the container, that's the header, and then that's the body, and then that's the HTML. So it's nice because you can go in and you can truly customize something and kind of see that, which I know a lot of the other page builders actually already have this, so it's not anything special about that kind of thing, but I just think it's really cool. Going in and customizing styles and stuff like that is relatively easy. You can go into to different places on here, which is like the decorations or anything like that, to customize it. If you want to customize your color, you'll have your primary, secondary, success. Those are all similar to Bootstrap. So if you're familiar with Bootstrap, like I said, you can take and you can go in here and you can customize everything the way you want to. The appearance tab, obviously, this is very familiar to something like if you were going to be using Oxygen and you wanted to see something like that. The one thing that's a little bit different is Yeah, I didn't think. Okay, so it does let you select the text. I was confused whether it would let you select the text and just color it, but as you can see, I just selected the text and just picked a color, and boom, it's got a different color. Um, the cool thing that I really like about this is being independent from WordPress means that this can just kind of go on its own with Bootstrap. It doesn't require you to have any kind of back end. You're kind of doing everything in the front end. And so some people will basically say, okay, well, that limits some of the websites that you can build because without some sort of back end that you can customize, it means every page that you build you have to go in and update individually. Like you don't have a back end that you can use to kind of make updates. You have to keep doing updates over and over again, which is technically true, but there's some things that Bootstrap's thought of that it's really, really nice. So if we go into here and we look at the extras, one of the things that I really like that they added to this right off the bat was smart forms. They knew that forms are an issue. Forms have been an issue for kind of HTML websites for a while. You could do it on your own, but it was a very, very tedious process. And so they've basically created the ability to take and do smart forms inside of their builder, and there's no monthly fees for it. It's super easy to use. It's secure, spam protection, all of that you would want. And it's free with Bootstrap Studio. So if you buy a license, you basically get it free. Another thing that they thought of that is really, really cool is they created this e-commerce store functionality. So if you wanted to take and you wanted to do a completely HTML website, in most cases you can't do the e-commerce function. You would need some third-party plugin that you could kind of go in there and do that with. With this, you actually, once again, no monthly fees. It's easy to customize. I don't think that they take any of your money whatsoever. I'm pretty sure when I looked at this, you can literally, because it goes through this store that they built, and essentially you get to do it for free with your PayPal or Stripes accounts, starting with 0 selling fees. Now, if you're somebody who's just starting a very basic website, like a t-shirt website, a perfume website, something that you're selling to consumers, that's awesome because most of your big Shopify's, WooCommerce, and stuff like that are going to take a large chunk of your sales, especially if you get hit with a big giant boost in traffic and you start seeing a ton of sales come in. Those fees start adding up relatively quickly. And while some people could say that's the price of doing business, you have to think that you're first paying the fee to Shopify, WooCommerce, or whatever your e-commerce solution is, and then you're going to pay sales tax and taxes afterwards on the profit that you make from it. So you're talking about a lot of overhead for something that you only make pennies on. And so with this, you can kind of take and you can cut out that middleman and you don't have to do anything. For a very basic website, I don't think that I would do this with like a huge website, but I feel like you still could. It's very impressive. It's very impressive that they kind of built this around it because they've kind of thought about this. I will tell you the company that's been doing this has been doing this for about, it's this company right here, and they've been doing it for about 5 years. And they might have been doing it longer than that, so I could be completely wrong. I tried doing my research just to figure out if I was on the mark and if they were like a true company that was going to stay around and actually do what they were supposed to do. But they've been around for a while. They've been developing this for quite some time, which, you know, to some point you would say, oh, well, if they've been developing, they should be a lot further along 5 years down the road. But not necessarily. I mean, with this being a standard independent kind of company and them developing this on their own, they've actually done quite a good bit. The form builder, the e-commerce builder, it's all very, very nice. And then on top of that, they give you, you know, free web hosting for smart forms for life and free upgrades for life and everything for lifetime. And the lifetime's only $59. So that's pretty amazing that that's what you get for your $59. You also get, you can build an e-commerce store. There was something else install it on all of your computers. So apparently you can install up to 3 computers for each license. So that's really, really nice that they're giving you at least 3 computers. That's pretty cool. It's only $29 if you'd want to test it out for a year, which I think is totally worth it. I think the $59 is actually a great deal. I'm super happy with that that lifetime pricing. I think that that's smart. They're being competitive with their software. They know it's not going to be something that's going to probably compete with WordPress, but in a way it is. And if you're one of these people who've been following WordPress trends, then you know just recently WordPress lost people. So WordPress went down. As a matter of fact, every other builder went down with the exception of WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, and I think I cannot remember the other builder. But for whatever reason, and if you take and you look at the reason why, it's because people want something easy. Now, this isn't necessarily the easiest for most people, but for people who are looking to get away from WordPress and maybe do something on their own, this can be very, very nice, especially if you're a person that likes the Bootstrap backend and everything like that. The fact that you can just take and come in here and customize stuff, it's just like Dreamweaver in the sense that, you know, like I said, I've used Dreamweaver in the past, and it's just like Dreamweaver, which I think is really, really cool, that you can just kind of go in here and you can start playing with things or remove things if you don't want the plus or you do want the plus. You know, you can go in and you can customize everything that you're looking to customize, even the size of the type or the heading. If you want it smaller or you want it bigger, you can go and do that with Bootstrap, which makes it really, really nice. And once you have Bootstrap, Bootstrap does a good job of keeping everything in line and uniform, which is something that a lot of people struggle with. You know, the spacing and everything like that. On most page builders, you don't have that type of thing. You have to build out your own kind of defaults in order to take and build everything. So it's nice to be able to do that and have something that just works. The other thing is you have a lot of different options. So you've got preview. So if you want to preview, you can see we made a change to this, and we've made a change down here, and you can see the preview works just fine. And I mean, it literally does everything it should do. So it's pretty nice, and it's a beautiful looking website just from what they've done. It's not anything that's fancy, or I would say, you know, it doesn't have that Elementor level of crap that comes with it, where it's got a whole bunch of crap that's just, you know, flying out the screen. No, not a lot of animations, although you could do animations and things like that. It's got just the bare minimum to make it look elegant, to make it look nice. It looks like a professional website. And I enjoy that about the fact that they've done it this way. And it's very, very simple. It's very, very easy to customize, to go in and build it exactly how you want to build it. And the best part is everything works exactly how you would think it would work. And so for me, this is just one of those things. Do you have to look at this? No, you definitely don't have to look at this. This isn't something that I would say go out of your way to look for if you're not looking for some other solution. But if you want a solution in your toolbox that's something that you could take and you could build with this is pretty cool. I mean, like I said, $60 for lifetime, and you're getting the hosting and the e-commerce and all of that. It's a pretty neat product, and it's a product that I think fills a niche out there that people are going to be interested in looking at. The fact that you can just kind of go in this builder, and if I want to look at the code, I come down here and boom, I'm instantly looking at the code and looking at, you know, rounded corners and all of that. And you can see this is locked from Bootstrap, but it's awesome that you're looking at code and you're customizing this. This feels more like one of those builders that you would want to use just because of the way it's working. I mean, it makes a lot of sense the way that they've built this. So my thoughts on this and the Bootstrap Studio team, I think that this is a thumbs up. If you want to take and give this a shot, go ahead and go to Bootstrap Studio IO. I don't have any product codes for that. I just asked them to basically get a demo unit so I could kind of review it and go over it, because I wanted to make sure that it was okay for the WordPress community and that you guys would be interested in it. And from what I have seen, I really like it. It's a really good and solid builder. And the way that they built this is, I mean, I haven't found any bugs in it from what I've seen. It's very, very well developed. It's not one of these builders where it's like a second thought or anything like that. It feels like a builder that you would want to use. And the fact that you can just go in here and just build whatever you're trying to build is just great. And they've done just such an excellent job building this out. And I just really enjoy it. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's very rare that you find something that you're okay with or you enjoy. But this is just one of those things that I'm like, I like this. It does what it needs to do. And not only that, but it goes out of its way to be something that's different, that doesn't meet the standards of WordPress or anything like that. So I wanted to take and give them a shout out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.